5 days to go until the release of Farming Simulator 25, and today's blog post is probably the most anticipated blog of them all. Details on GPS and steering assist. It's going to check the boxes for a lot of users. Let me know down in the comments below if there are any boxes left unchecked for you. Now, I used this feature a little bit during the preview event, but I didn't focus too much on the feature as I knew it wasn't that recent of a build, and I figured that, well, it's not a final product. And I'm glad I didn't spend too much time on it because I see a few things in this blog post that make more sense now than they did before. To activate a helper, just drive up to the field and press H on the keyboard or whatever button combo it is for controller on FS22. The helper will detect the field, identify the optimal number of headlands, working with and starting point, and it's off to the races. If you want some more control or you wish to activate the steering assist mode, then press and hold the H key until this menu pops up. From here, there are two choices. First, leave it in AI worker mode, but fine-tune the course you want the helper to take, or change it over to steering assist mode if you'd prefer to drive yourself. In AI worker mode, there are a few options. The game will auto-detect the working width, but if you have multiple implements installed, you may need to fine-tune the working width. This is easily done by clicking the small arrows left or right to override the auto selection. Then we have a slider to decide how many headlands the worker should use. Depending on how large your implement is and how large the turning radius is of your vehicle, you may need more headlands to be useful. The third option tells the worker to expect them to work the headlands or just use that space for the purpose of turning around. Unlike previous FS titles, the AI helper will prioritize turning on the field at the end of each lane versus off the field. Having more headlands means hopefully less turning and reversing to make the turns. You may choose to have them not work the headlands so you can come by later and clean up any missed spots and finish the field's headlands out yourself. If headlands are enabled for work, then the fourth option will tell the AI worker where to start. Up and downs are the straight runs in the interior of the field, while the headland passes are those that outline the field. Lastly, maybe you're working in tandem with the AI helper, and as such you want him to skip every other row because you're going to be working that row alongside him. Tell him to skip one lane and he'll do just that. Maybe you want to program multiple AI helpers on a big field. If so, then you can have each skip the appropriate number of lanes to avoid working in each other's path. In steering assist mode, which again is where the player is driving the tractor and making the turns at the end of each pass, we have a few of the same options like working with and number of headlands. Those are fairly self-explanatory from the previous AI worker explanation, so let's go ahead and move on to the next. Working direction can be adjusted in the form of degrees. Maybe you want to work north-south versus east-west. Maybe the field setup is such a way that working odd angles lets you work against the incline versus across it. Side offset would be for tools like moldboard plows, where it does not track exactly center behind you, and to keep from skipping parts of the field, you need to factor in an offset. The game will try to set this up for you, but there may be times where you need to adjust it. And then lastly, we have the choice of showing lanes or lines on the field or not. Those looking for the ultimate in realism may wish to turn the lines off, where others may choose to keep them enabled. Speaking of lines, here's what it all means. An orange line represents the currently selected pass, but steering assist is not yet engaged. Once you have engaged steering assist with the depress of the H key in steering assist mode, the line will turn green and signify that it is now locked and loaded. The blue lines represent the working width of your implement. In third-person view, it should be easy enough to spot check the width before heading out this way. Field passes that you have already done appear as a gray line, whereas the passes that you've yet to do are white. That seems simple enough, doesn't it? I look forward to finding out how well this works on both base maps and mod maps going forward, as this is surely one of the most requested features going back multiple versions of Farm Sim. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of GPS and steering assist at this point. I'm giving away 3 copies of Farming Simulator 25 on November 10th during my early access livestream. 1 copy for PC players redeemed from the Giants eShop, and then 2 copies for console. One for Xbox Series X and the other for PlayStation 5. If you play on console or a PC and are hoping to pick up a copy on me, then please check the links in the description. If you would rather not try your luck, but instead want to pre-order the game, well, I've got links for you too. For those on PC, you can use the Giants eShop link, or if you want to pick up the Collector's Edition, there's an Amazon link. By the way, I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Collector's Edition shortly, so keep an eye out for that. Sadly, the Collector's Edition is for PC players only, but those on console, you can order a physical copy of the game via the same Amazon link, should you so wish. Lastly, we are making great strides to completing our goal of 50,000 subs before the release of Farming Simulator 25. I believe we've got approximately 340 to go, so if you're not a subscriber, you can help out a lot by clicking that button. While you're down there, if you could flick the thumbs up also, that's going to go a huge way in telling YouTube to recommend this video to others with similar viewing habits. Until tomorrow, happy farming!